Hey, welcome to your reading for today. Today's reading is going to be a general reading, so whatever it is that you hear today, take what it is that feels good to you and leave whatever doesn't. We're going to use a few decks today, but we're going to start with this deck. This, again, is going to be a general reading. We're going to see what's in the overall energy, and then we're going to go from there, okay? All right, so what's the overall energy, collective? What's the overall energy? The overall energy. All right, so the overall energy. The card, the number is 29, which is an 11, which is also a 2, but then those 1s show up. Birch tree, and the word is humility. So the card says humility. But this card, the overall energy isn't about necessarily being humble. The overall energy is about accepting your flaws. And this can definitely create a sense of humility. The birch tree has different blemishes on it. As you can see, there's scratches, things like that on here. And so you're really feeling as though your flaws are holding you back. The things that you told yourself are bad or broken or not good enough about you is really coming to the forefront right now. It feels like you want to accomplish these goals or want to be in a better mindset, want to be in a better energy, but it just feels like the things that have gotten in the way before are continuing to get in the way, and it really has to do with how you feel about yourself. Feeling like your blemishes, feeling like the things that aren't good enough, feeling like the things that maybe you struggled with before are just gonna keep holding you back. We're gonna actually read from the book for this one to get a little more insight in this overall energy card. So birch invites you to reach your crown up to the cosmos. One with creation steady and rooted, birch bark is layered with meaning, the white base filled with marks that look like scratches, yet we have used its medicine to build canoes. One could call birch imperfect, yet all we see is beauty and strength. Its medicine reminds us to take up the space we divinely deserve despite all our perceived imperfections. Just like the flowers bloom into their fullest expression, the moss that spreads its greenest hue along the forest floor, and the stars that shimmer for thousands of years, you too are asked to see the same power in your presence. Are there places in your life where you make yourself small or insignificant? Where do you hear yourself repeating the same words over and over again? Birch tree is here to call you out of this spell. Perhaps some voices have told you not to shine, but not too bright, or have told you to shine, but not too bright, to rise, but not so much that you are full of yourself. Shrinking, holding back, and not taking up your rightful space is not true humility. Birch is here to remind you that you are one with all of creation, and it's time to see yourself reflected in this beauty. So stand tall, illuminate your presence, and walk with the grace that you naturally carry. Even with your perceived wounds and scars, like the weathered white bark of a birch tree, you are breathtaking. Our healing affirmation is that you are a significant part of creation on this planet, and I choose to take up my rightful space here. So you've been having some hesitation with taking up space. You've been having some hesitation with being in the forefront. Perhaps you were taught when you were younger that you're not allowed to be in the spotlight, being in the spotlight, or it's not even about being in the spotlight. The desire to be in the spotlight, for some of you, you've been taught that desire is wrong, that desire means you're full of yourself, that desire means you're arrogant. That's not true. That's not true. Especially if you identify more with your feminine energy. The feminine has often been suppressed in the sense of not being allowed to be bold, to be bright, to take up space, to say things that nobody wants to say what comes to your mind. And you have been perpetuating that. And it's not necessarily your fault. It's not your responsibility to heal it. But you felt like you're not allowed to do that, right? And so this is really going to be about, what will it take to give yourself permission? Yeah? What will it take to give yourself permission? All right, let's get some more. Let's look at some more. All right. What else does the collective need to know about taking up space? What else does the collective need to know about their perceived imperfections? What else? All right. So this, the numbers 20, storytelling, connection. This came out in the reverse. All right, this came out in the reverse. So you're feeling like you're not supposed to connect with people, or feeling like you can't connect with other people. But actually, this connection is what's going to help you shine your light. You have been blocking yourself from connection. You've been blocking yourself from telling your story because you feel like it's imperfect, because you feel like people are going to judge you for it, because you feel like it's going to make you not good enough, or it's going to confirm that you're not good enough. You've been feeling as though your voice has been stifled recently, or really for a long time. Your voice has been stifled. You've judged your own voice. You judged, and when I say your voice, yes, it's your actual literal voice, but the voice of expression. Okay, storytelling is expressing yourself. It's being authentic, and you're stopping yourself from doing that because of these perceived imperfections. What else? We're going to pull from this deck. What else? Let's see. Okay. Oh, on the bottom of the deck, the number is 12, which is a 3. The herb is rose, and the word is love. Yes, and look, so if you see, there are 2 hands that are holding each other. Yeah? 2 hands holding each other. This is, again, talking about connection. You stifled the love that's available to you. You feel like you're not worthy of love. You feel like you're not worthy of connection. Underneath that rose was, the rose card was this card, 49, psilocybin, commune, right? Community, connection, okay? And like I said, it came out in the reverse. So there's a stuckness, there's a stagnation. This feeling like you're imperfect it's creating a self-fulfilling cycle, right? Or a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a cycle, okay? So you've been feeling like you aren't good enough, feeling like you're not allowed to shine bright because of your imperfections and because of the conditioning that you've had. And so because of that, you're not telling your story. You're afraid of love. You're afraid of connection. You're afraid of community. But not doing that is actually perpetuating those feelings, right? Let's see. What does the collective need to know about connecting with people? What does collective need to know about connecting with people when it comes to the imperfections that they feel that they have, or the imperfections that seem like they are not, that because of the imperfections that they can't connect? What's the advice? What do they need? What do you need? Let's see what you need. Let's see what we got. What do you need? What do you need? Actually, okay, it's this card. All right. The number is 6. My most important relationship is with my source. My most important relationship is with my source. I'm about to turn this over on the back to get some more clarity. But before I do that, you got to learn to love yourself, right? You got to, or get into, that's what it is. You got to learn to love yourself. It's okay that you've been working on loving yourself, right? It's okay that you've been doing all the things to work on yourself and love yourself. Continue to do that. Continue to do those things. Don't give up. Okay, because that's how you're going to come up out of this feeling like you're this self-criticism of feeling like you're not able to connect, feeling like you're not able to tell your story, feeling like you're not able to express the love and the intimacy that you want and really form those relationships, because the relationship with yourself is still on the rocks. It's not something that you want to believe fully, because you're like, I do the things that I'm supposed to do, but it's not a checklist, right? We do as much as it takes, however much it takes, as long as it takes. And as you continue to dive deep, get into that shadow work. I know. But get into that shadow work. Spirit is saying, when you really tap into your emotions, when you really look at the parts of yourself, what is it? What were the experiences that taught you weren't worthy of connection? What were the experiences that taught you that you weren't worthy of love? How is that showing up for you right now? Spirit is saying to ask yourself. All right, let's go ahead and turn this over. There's no relationship of greater importance to achieve than the relationship between you and your physical body, right here and right now, and the soul, source, God from which you have come. If you tend to that relationship first and foremost, you will then and only then have the stable footing to proceed into other relationships. Your relationship with your own body, with money, with your parents, children, grandchildren, and your world will then fall easily into alignment once you tend to this fundamental relationship first, okay? So, yeah, that's it, right? That's it. So, I will see y'all next time. Be sure to let me know what resonated with you in the comments, all right? Bye.